Hello again and welcome to another edition of #NowSmoking. I'm your host, Gary Korb, executive editor for CigarAdvisor.com. Today I'm joined once again by famous smoke shop graphic designer, Kevin Beck. Welcome back, Kevin.
Thanks for having me.
And we're going to be smoking something really kind of neat today. It is a reissue, actually, of a cigar that came out in 2003. It was then reblended in 2004. But since they've disappeared, this is the Don Lino Africa selection from Miami Cigar and Company, and it is a beautiful looking cigar. We're going to be smoking the 5.5 by 54 Punda Milia. Some listed as a Toro. I guess it's like a Robusto Grande. I don't know, but it's really nice looking cigar. It has a Habano 2000 wrapper from Ecuador, and of course, you know, you have something. It has to have something to do with Africa. So the binder is African Cameroon, okay? And then there's a bunch of fillers inside, which are mostly Nicaraguan, Esteli, Jalapa, and some Dominican Palato Cubano. And there's also some Ometepe in here from Nicaragua. So that gives it a little spice too. But it's got a beautiful looking band. It's embossed. It's the same logo they had back in 2003, but you also have the band at the foot. And I like there's like zebra piping. Actually, I did a video of this yesterday for a product review. Not a product review, but a product video, so people know what's going on with this cigar. And how does yours look?
Really nice. I like the soft box press.
Yes,
as well.
That's right. All the sizes are box press, and we'll get more into the details on the selection in a little bit, but
nice, real solid.
It is, yeah, it's really solid. It feels nice in the hand. I like box press cigars. It's like you said, it's kind of a soft box press. It's not extreme like a trunk press. It looks like it has a nicely done triple cap.
Almost no seams.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like polished leather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it smells good. You getting anything off the little hay, maybe?
No, not too much. Cedar, a little bit
nice.
of cedar.
Yeah. Little woody. Oh, that smells good. It's kind of creamy. I don't know why I'm getting a cream note, but let's cut the cap. See how it goes. Cap cut nicely. Oh, it draws really good.
Mm-hmm. Wide open.
Yeah. I smoked the Robusto yesterday, which is the Duma. That was good. I'm getting some sweetness off of this too. You get any sweetness? Like sweet tobacco and a little leathery note again. Well, let's light them up. What you getting off the cold draw? Anything?
No, it's the same.
Really?
Cedar tobacco.
Okay, yeah, it's a little woody, but
yeah.
I get that little sweetness off the top end there. Yeah, when these came out in 2003, I remember that, and boy, they were so impressive. You know, these boxes are absolutely beautiful. The artwork alone is almost worth the price of the cigar. You know,
the bands are really nice looking.
Yeah, from a graphic designer point of view, you're impressed.
Yeah, it's definitely really nice.
Move some junk out of the way here. Wow, first puff is nice. Creamy. Nice smoke. Volume of smoke there.
Now I'm getting that sweetness.
Yeah, I got a little spice through the nose. It kind of caught it through my nose there. Nice draw through the head. Look at that smoke's coming out through there, just naturally. And the draw is really good.
I like usually when the draw is a lot wider open.
Yeah, me too. And the smoke, I'm getting kind of like some peppery notes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's a little peppery on the finish, but smooth, very creamy.
Trying to think, there's something bitter in there too that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost like a
mineral note maybe, or a...
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, it could be the earthiness from the Nicaraguan tobaccos, and the Ometepe is very spicy. Could be the Esteli, it's in here. But what I like is that they put the Dominican in there too to kind of balance it out, you know. And the Cameroon should add a little bit of sweetness, but this is, I think, is going to be a little spicy. So let's see what happens when we get into Act 1. All right, we are well into Act 1 of the Don Lino Africa Punda Milia. And how are you doing with it?
Pretty good. Nice, solid, almost white ash.
Yeah.
Holding together pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a lot of pepper, still cedar.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit of creaminess.
Yep.
Kind of on the back burner.
Okay.
But it's enjoyable.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's full.
Yeah.
It's full flavor, that's for sure. And let's see how I'm doing here. Ooh, that retrohale is spicy. But mine looks like it wants to ash, so I'm going to do it. Because it had a little crack in the middle. Yours is a lot more even than mine was. But anyway, so we are smoking the Don Lino Africa Punda Milia. It is a 5.5 by 54. They call it a Toro. I guess it's close to a Toro, like a wide Toro.
Halfway between a Robusto
kind of
and Toro.
Yeah. And I mentioned the blend earlier, but I'm going to go through it again here. The wrapper is Habano 2000 varietal Ecuador, grown in Ecuador. The binder is African Cameroon. And that's nice, right? And we have fillers from Nicaragua, Esteli, Jalapa, Ometepe. And I'm sure that pepper is coming from Ometepe. And Dominican Pilato Cubano. And the story here is this. Like I said, it came out in 2003, and then it was reblended for 2004. But this is not the original blend. What makes this cigar really unique is that it is the first collaboration between Miami Cigar Company and AJ Fernandez.
Right.
And AJ makes a good spicy cigar, and I think this is. I'm really getting used to his stuff now.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, they got together. Nestor Miranda, who is the president of the company, founder of Miami Cigar, said, "Let's do it, right?" So this is a what they call Nicaraguan forward blend because it has a lot of Nicaraguan in it, and. Nestor said of this cigar, he said, "There's a mystery and depth to Africa that captivates my spirit, always drawing me to come back. This blend captures the way going there makes me feel." So I guess he's been to Africa a few times. And it's truly amazing, even mesmerizing. So what I will say about this cigar also is that you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. You know, you're getting AJ Fernandez blending, construction, and you're getting the Don Lino name, which a lot of the younger guys, you familiar with Don Lino? I mean, you're a young guy.
I've heard of it, but again, I'm not familiar or
you don't smoke a lot of
in,
Don Linos.
Correct,
right? Okay.
Correct. So I've heard it, I know
Right.
of it, but not versed in any of it.
Well, they were part of the La Aurora, company, and then Miami Cigar came in, and so they had all these brands: La Aurora, Don Lino. Nestor Miranda has his own line; those are also very good. I met Nestor Miranda, wonderful man.
Yeah.
Such a nice man, and I can tell you some good stories about him later. But no, he's a great guy, and I'm really glad that they've released this, not only for him, but for guys like you who obviously missed this in 2003. How old were you in 2003?
2003. Geez, I don't know. Let me think. I was 24.
Oh, okay.
That was the year I got
you were
married.
legal. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
So anyway, I'm kind of liking this cigar, and it is full flavored. It is spicy.
You know what? It reminds me a little bit of the AJ Fernandez New World.
Yeah.
But it to me it seems a lot more balanced than that cigar. That cigar seems so pepper heavy. This one seems to tip a little bit back towards that balance again. Of, for me at least, it's a little more cedar and a little more creamy than that New World. But it has a little bit of that reminder of like a red pepper and a black pepper.
You're talking about the main line, not the Cameroon.
Correct, yeah.
New World. Yeah. And I was curious when I heard that AJ made this. I was wondering if maybe he used the same Cameroon that he's using as the wrapper. Maybe it's not the same quality leaf, wrapper quality, but in here as the binder. So, and I really like Cameroon. And what I also like about this line is these boxes are absolutely, they're solidly built. It's like getting a humidor.
Yeah.
With your purchase if you buy a box. They're beautifully done. It's like I said, look how solid that is, and look at the lacquering.
It's like a nice high gloss finish. It's a very
gorgeous,
box.
Right?
Yeah.
So and you're a designer. Do you ever want to do a box?
That's what we would call a keeper.
A keeper. Okay. And it's
hang on to that and find some way to repurpose it.
I'm just looking at the back of the hinges. Yeah, I mean this is really, really nice. You know what? It reminds me of it. I like this color. There used to be a humidor we sold in the store that had this kind of finish on it. And I always wanted to get it, but it was way too expensive. But these are the zebras. They have different animals on each one. And let's talk about the different sizes, because it comes in 5 different sizes, and they're all box pressed. And there's the Petite Corona, if you like a Petite Corona. It's 4x40. That's called the Kudu. The Robusto, the Duma, which I smoked yesterday, that's 5x50. It's traditional Robusto. The Kifaru is a Bellicoso. So you have the Figurado there, the 6 1/4 by 52. And of course we're smoking the Punda Milia, 5 1/2 by 54. And then they have a Grand Toro, which they call the Tembo. That's a 6 by 60. So anyway, there's a lot of sizes to choose from, and I kind of like this size. I like a 54 ring. How about you? You like wide ring cigar?
I usually prefer closer to 50s, but with the box pressing, it doesn't feel quite as large to me. So
yeah,
I like the 54 in a box press for sure. Normally, I like 46 to 54.
Really, like more like a Corona Lonsdale.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, because this is, when they do a box press cigar, they actually have to use a little less tobacco.
Right, to allow it
press
to
it. And
compress.
what I also like about box press cigars is that, it squeezes all the air out. I just find them comfortable. I just think they smoke better.
You find that they have less problems with tunneling, canoeing, that kind of thing, less burning issues necessarily because of that compaction?
I think so. I just think it's a better smoke. Some guys can't stand it. They just don't like it. They just like the round feel, but I just think it feels great. So do you know how they do this? How they get this like this?
The finish, I'm not sure what kind of finish that they have onto it. This would be a print that they would insert and glue into the box. These graphics would be printed directly onto it. I can't imagine that these are, at least by feeling it, these are not printed and applied on them.
Yeah, they look like inlays.
Yeah.
It's supposed to. But look at the front of that too. It's just really nice. So, anyhow, I just love this. Love the way they did that, and I'm glad they brought this one back. I don't know what it was that made it go away. Obviously sales are important, but I think now with the newer, younger guys that are coming up with like the boutique stuff, they're smoking a lot of that kind of stuff. I think this kind of falls into that category. It's very unique, and of course it's got AJ behind it, and I hope it really does really well for them. I'm certainly enjoying this a lot.
Yeah, I'm interested to try
some of the other sizes like that Corona maybe, or there's no 46 in there, but
and the Robusto.
Yeah, the Robusto was nice. This is that was very spicy. I thought this might be more spicy, but it's not. It seems like the blend is consistent between these two cigars, the Robusto and even though this is considerably larger.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. All right, well, Act 1 has been pretty good. Let's see what happens when we get into the midsection. All right, we are in Act 2 of the Don Lino Africa Punda Milia. Our director just told us that we look like we stepped out of a Monty Python video. Anyway, I did neglect to mention that one of the things about the cigar is it's also part of their 30th anniversary, Miami Cigar and Company 30th anniversary. And Jason Wood, who is the vice president, said, the Africa was an extremely popular line for us. It made sense as part of our continued 30th anniversary celebration, which was actually 2019. And we wanted to bring it back to light. And from the blend of the boxes, Africa was a complete work of art, which we've talked about, right? And our goal at the beginning was to see to it that the customer can experience all that once again. So that's really nice. And one of the things I wanted to ask you is, how's it doing for you now? I found it's rounded out, and
Very
it's
much
really
so.
smooth now.
And the pepper has receded. It's
Yes.
still there, but the creaminess and the sweetness is much more forefront now.
I'm finding it sweeter, you know. So at this point, what would you say if I asked you like what the base notes were? Like what are the primary flavors
For me, cedar, pepper, cream, and that's most of what I'm getting.
Yeah, and it you know, I mean,
it's not complex.
It's not necessarily complex, which is I was going to say, but it is.
But it's tasty.
Very tasty, and I'll tell you, we usually record these shows in the morning, and I don't know if I would normally smoke this in the morning, but I'll tell you, it is holding up beautifully at around 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So I really like that. You know what I want to talk to you about? You know, cigaradvisor.com. Every year we do our top 25 cigars of the year. Everybody does a top 25 list. You know, I mean, that's like the thing to do, you know. Now, we don't rate cigars with numbers, Cigar Advisor. We don't, you know, we just put them in alphabetical order. So I'm gonna just go through the list with you, see if you've had any of these, and what you thought. So Cigar Advisor Top 25 2019, here we go. The Acid 20.
Did not have.
Do you like acid?
I do not.
You don't know, okay. A lot of people
don't. So I probably will not smoke that.
It's a different kind of cigar, it is. I had it, I thought it was okay, I did. Alec Bradley Project 40.
Did not have.
That's nice cigar. Have you had the Crown Heads La Coalición, which we did last week? Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, that's a goodie. Yeah. The Crux Union Fire, we like that one.
Sitting in my humidor waiting to be smoked.
Smoke it. It's very good. Of course, this one I think is one of the best, really. I mean, from regardless of the list and where it came from, is the E. Picarillo Famous Smoke Shop 80th anniversary.
Loved it.
Yep.
Actually bought a box and sitting in my
I did
humidor,
too.
but I love that cigar.
I know, I did too. You know what? I bought a box. I ended up giving most of them away. So I wanted people to try it. The Iroa, I love Christian stuff. Iroa Dark Natural.
Loved it. Loved it. Have gotten more since I smoked it. Love that cigar.
You know, I noticed there's a lot of boutique stuff on here too. Guardian of the Farm Night Watch.
We
I know you
reviewed
like this.
it. Yes, love that cigar too.
The Henry Clay Warhawk.
I did not have.
All right, that is nice and smooth. Highclere Castle Victorian. That I got to be honest, I did not smoke that. HVC Serie A.
Loved it.
Yeah, it's one of Jared's favorites. I think it was his cigar of the year. Here, speaking of La Aurora, the 107 Cosecha 2007.
Sitting in my humidor waiting for me to try.
I thought they did a great job on that, and they're also part of Miami Cigar Company. La Gloria Cubana Spanish Press, which cigaradvisor.com just reviewed.
I did have, and I did like it.
Yeah, that's a really nice. I feel like sweet. That's a nice sweet cigar. Here's another one of my favorites, the Laranja Reserva, but this is the Escuro.
Sitting in my humidor waiting for me to try.
He's got a good collection. The Monte Cristo Espada Oscuro.
Did not have.
All right, that's nice. Try that. I think AJ did that one too. My Father La Promesa, which was reviewed on this show.
Sitting in my humidor waiting for me to try. You can tell a lot of my New Year purchases were based off of
the list. Well, you're very loyal. Thank you, Kevin.
Well, I find that you guys don't steer me wrong when it comes to recommendations, especially working together, knowing each other for these years. You kind of get a feeling if somebody will like something or not.
Well, that's nice. I appreciate that. New World, which you mentioned, but this is the AJ Fernandez Cameroon selection.
Love that cigar.
That's a really good cigar. Here's a classic. Oliva Serie V Milanio Maduro Figurado. That's a hell of a cigar.
I don't know that I've had the Figurado or not.
Well, when they do the Milanio Maduro, I think they use the San Andreas Mexican on it. And that's really, really nice. In fact, I bought a box of those. It was a different size a few years ago. It was actually like 6x60. But I wanted to get the Milanio with the Maduro. Plasencia Alma del Fuego. Have you had any of the Plasencia stuff?
I have not. I do have a couple in my humidor waiting to smoke, but I don't. I'm excited to try them though.
All right, and then that's real nice. Rocky Patel LB1. That was really impressive. That was that really
I did not have
surprised me. Not that I expected anything else, but I just thought that he did a great job on that. The Siboney Reserve by Aganor Salif. That's also exclusive to Famous.
Had a ton of them. Love them.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Sobremesa Brûlée. This was one of my personal favorites.
I have not had that yet, no.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's a nice sweet cigar. And beautifully, perfectly balanced. Here's another good one. I know Jared liked this one too. Southern Draw Kudzu, the Lustrum.
I did not have it. I did pick one up though to try.
And then here's a real dark horse. The Trinidad Espiritu, which I think we're going to be reviewing.
I did not have
on
that
the show coming up. And then this is one I also like, the Villiger La Meridiana. That's really nice too.
I did not have that.
All right, well, you got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
On that, so just put that away. But how's it doing now?
Same thing. It's stayed kind of where it started in that about halfway through of where it's, I guess, perfectly kind of rounded out between the creaminess, the sweetness, and the pepper. There's still some pepper there, but it's it's not spicy.
I think the pepperiness, I don't know if this is fair to say about blenders, but AJ seems to have a reputation for blending stuff that's a little on the spicy side. Blenders, they tend to blend for themselves, So I found that, I've said this before, blenders I've talked to who tried to blend for the crowd, for the masses, it just doesn't work, But go ahead.
Would you think it's fair to say that this is kind of front loaded? I know that's a term sometimes they throw
a little
around
bit,
with
a little
spicy
bit.
Cigars.
I think that when it rounds out, that's kind of a clue that, it kind of gets your attention up front.
Right.
And I don't know, I guess a lot of people like that, or maybe that's just a traditional thing, that I've never really caught on to, even all the years I've been working in this business. So let me ask you a question. Who could you recommend this to? This is not not for beginners, I would say, but.
I think earlier when you said the boutique crowd, I think this would be right up their alley.
I do too.
Again, it's like definitely high quality. The craftsmanship on it is excellent.
Oh yeah, it's burning perfectly.
It's not overly complex, and with that said, is that what I mean by that is I think more people are going to like it than dislike it. Like in other words, is that it's with it not being complex, there aren't you're not going to alienate people that prefer sweeter cigars or that prefer really spicy cigars. So I think it kind of really hits that medium or hits that more generalized flavor palette.
I agree. In fact, I was going to say, I think this has a little bit of everything going on, and that makes it a little more interesting for me. What would you pair with this? You're going to drink something with it, besides coffee.
I thought coffee was excellent with it. With the weather, I usually, once fall starts rolling around, I switch from rums over to bourbon usually.
Oh, really? You like rum?
I love rum.
Oh, this would be good with rum, I think.
Yeah. So just given the time of year and what I'm normally drinking, I would have a bourbon with it.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. I wonder if other people do that. I'm not really a big drinker. When I drink, I kind of know what I like, and I kind of limit it to a certain amount of things. But I didn't know that you would drink something in the summer and then drink something different in the winter.
Yeah.
And that's interesting.
It's more of an association, a feeling with the weather outside, you know what I mean?
Okay.
The flannel comes out, the hats come out, you know what I mean?
Well, if anybody out there can relate to it, leave a comment, because I'd like to know if more people actually do that. So this cigar is for the more experienced cigar smoker who appreciates full flavored cigars and also likes Nicaraguan blends. I see you took your band off already. I'm just about ready to remove mine, but since that tells us we're getting down to Act 3, so let's see what happens in the final act. Okay, we're in Act 3. So far so good, right?
Yeah.
How are you liking it?
I really do like it. I wanted to note too, the construction is really shining through. I've consistently been getting throughout every third of the cigar, 2-finger big long ashes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that one looks like it's gonna go any minute.
Right, but I mean, it's it hasn't flaked off. I've only had I had one little touch-up that I did maybe about halfway through, but it's been burning incredibly nice. That draw has stayed open.
Yeah.
The flavor, I would say, is still where it transitioned
I agree.
in that back half. So it's more of a first half and second half kind of flavor for me, but it's holding up incredibly well.
I was going to say it's very consistent. And I'm still getting that a little bit of sweetness. It's a little earthier now, maybe a little more of that earthy mineral kind of flavor. I'm still getting some pepper on the finish and that nice cedary or oaky, woody, whatever note. And the retrohale, well, it's not as peppery as it was before. It's actually smoothed out a little bit. I don't know. Do you do retrohale a lot?
It depends on what cigar it is.
Yeah.
And that will determine how often. Sometimes if I get ones that are a little too peppery, I'll hang back on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really do that often. I probably do it more on this program because it's part of the, getting more of the flavors out of the cigar, see what else is in there. But would you say this is humidor worthy?
I would. I would. And as I said earlier, I'm definitely interested to try some of the other sizes and see how comparable they are to this.
Yeah, I think they did a really great job. I really do. This is just really delicious. In fact, I think I'm enjoying this one even more than the Robusto.
Yeah.
Maybe because there's a little more tobacco. I'm getting a little more flavor. It just maybe the dimensions just make it more balanced. I don't know, but I'm just really digging this thing, and I think they really kudos to our friends at Don Lino, Miami Cigar Company, Nestor Miranda, Jason Wood, and of course AJ Fernandez, who did the blend. Everybody's got AJ blending their cigars,
It seems to be everywhere.
Still going. So anyway, remember that Don Lino Africa cigars are available at famous-smoke.com. So be sure to check them out. And while you're on the famous-smoke.com website, sign up for our catalog. You don't do the catalog, do you?
I don't do the catalog anymore.
We got another guy that does that. He does the grunt work. But anyway, for more smoking cigar advice and information, be sure to follow us at cigaradvisor.com. And you can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And if you like this cigar, or you're more curious about it, or you just like the subject, be sure to follow us on YouTube. And hey, leave a comment on this video too. We like comments. We like to know what you think, because that's very important for us. And we do appreciate your feedback. And if you are on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring that little bell so you get the notifications whenever we do another one of our great cigaradvisor.com videos. So Kevin, thanks for coming on today.
Thanks
once again. It's always good to see you.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on #NowSmoking. I'm Gary Korb. Happy smokes.